सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। हरिः ओम् श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम्. We have come up to the 15th sloka in chapter 13 and we will proceed to 16th sloka. From sloka 13 up to 19, Paramatma is explaining Jneyam. Jneyam means that which is to be known by one and all. Bahirantascha bhutanam acharam charamevacha Sukshmatvat tadavidnyeyam durastam chantike chetat. Bhutanam, for all moving and non-moving living beings, Bahihi antahacha. Bahihi antahacha means I am inside and also outside. Charam acharam, I am the moving and non-moving. Evacha tat, I am that moving and non-moving. Sushmatvat avidnyeyam, because I am in the most subtlest form, it cannot be recognizable, cannot be known. Antikecha durastam tatcha, I am in the very close quarters and also far off. Tad bhutanam bahihi antahacha acharam charam cha evacha tat sukshmatvat abhijneyam durastam cha antike cha asti. I am inside and outside all the living beings. I am whole and complete. I am in the form of moving and non-moving because I am in the subtlest form. I cannot be known. I cannot be recognized by sense organs. I am in the very close quarters at the same time far off. So this is the sloka. In the sloka we see contradictory terms put simultaneously. This type of expression is called paradox. Opposite words are used for the same thing. Sat Brahma is not only in the body but also outside. Just as we show a hand and describe the light, light is not only on the hand but also outside the hand. Outside hand I am not able to recognize because there is no media to reflect it. In other words, if I have to explain, the light on my hand is in the manifest form. Light outside the hand is in the unmanifest form. In the same way, the consciousness is in the body and also outside. In between the body also the consciousness is there. Bahirantascha bhutanam. Bahi means outside the body. Antaha means inside. The Sat Brahma is inside and outside. Antar bahisya tat sarvam vyapya narayana stitaha. Narayana means the chakradari, one with name, form and place. So he is everywhere. When it is mentioned like that in the scriptures, we have to understand his nirguna swarupa. Bhagavan is inside and also outside. Acharam charamevacha. Brahma is in chara and achara. To understand this, we need subtle body. The moving body cannot be stable. A stable thing cannot move. So how can Brahma be both stable and also moving? Sat cannot move, but the medium which manifests Sat moves. When it moves, we feel Sat is moving. Just as the light cannot move, but when we move the hand, the reflected light moves along with the hand. So we conclude that light is also moving, which is not correct. Another example, supposing you travel somewhere and return to Hyderabad in train. Somewhere near Secunderabad, at Maulali, for want of signal, the train stops. Then immediately you say that Secunderabad has come. But it is not that Secunderabad will not come, because it is not a movable thing. A place cannot move. Whereas train moves. So the dharma of non-moving thing is attributed to moving thing. Dharma of a moving thing is attributed to a non-moving thing. This is called dharmadhyasa. Durastam chantike chatat. So this Chaitanya Tattvam is very, very far off. In Bhakti Marga, Bhagavan is imagined to be stationed in Vaikuntha or Kailasa. And Bhaktas say, if you move 2 steps forward, Bhagavan also will move 4 steps towards you. So, this is the bhakti. In fact, Paramatma is the indweller in every human being. Antike tat. So, Bhagavan is also inside. Bhagavan is outside. Bhagavan is inside. For an ignorant person, Bhagavan is outside, so he runs around in search of God. For a jnani, for a wise person, Bhagavan is very much inside. So he revels on the God, the indweller of every human being. Sushmatvat, because God is very subtle and he has no attributes. If it is an object or if it is an article, if it is a being, then we can immediately recognize. If it is an object, we can touch it and we can know it by touch. If it is a gross thing, we can say color and shape. But Bhagavan we cannot give any attribute because he is beyond all attributes, attributeless. So he cannot be recognized by means of color, shape or attribute. And he cannot be recognized by mind also. Avidnyayam. Avidnyayam means he cannot be perceived. If he is Pancha Mahabhutas, Prithvi has got all 5 gross attributes like Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. For water, only 4 attributes are there. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa. For Agni, only 3 attributes are there. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa. For Vayu, only 2 attributes are there. Shabda and Sparsha. Akasa has got only Shabda in unmanifest form. So, Akasa is supposed to be the subtlest element. Akasa has got only 1 attribute, that is unmanifest form of Shabda. To understand Akasa itself is a tough thing because it is the subtlest form. Subtler than Akasa is Brahma or Atma. So, to know Brahma, it is very difficult. That is why it is Avidnyayam. We'll proceed to Sloka number 17. Avibhaktancha bhuteshu vibhaktamiva chastitam भूतभर्तृ च तज्ज्ञेयं ग्रसिष्णुं प्रभविष्णु च अविभक्तं च भूतेषु विभक्तमिव च स्थितम् भूतभर्तृ च तज्ज्ञेयं ग्रसिष्णु प्रभविष्णु च अविभक्तं च. He cannot be divided into parts like sky. He is whole and complete. But bhuteshu vibhaktam iva sthitam tadnyayam. But among the living beings, he appears to be vivid and varied. He is seen in various animal kingdom, plant kingdom, and human beings. In human beings, there are so many varieties. If you go to a place like America, they mention colors of the skin. They divide people by their skin color: white, red, black, brown. So, that Paramatma we have to know. And further, Krishna Paramatma gives the description: Prabha Vishnucha. He is the Srishtikarta in the name of Brahma. Bhuta Bhartrucha. He is the Sthitikaraka. He is the sustainer in the form of Vishnu. Grasishnucha. He is the resolver in the form of Rudra. Tadnyayam avibhaktancha bhuteshu vibhaktam ivastitam. Bhuta Bhartrucha Grasishnucha Prabhavishnucha Asti. Though he cannot be divided like sky, he is very much present in moving and non-moving living beings. And that Paramatma to be known is known as Srishtikarta, Sthitikarta and Layakaraka. Is known as Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. Avibhaktam. Avibhaktam means Brahma is like sky. Brahma is like Akasha, which cannot be divided. Vibhaktam means parts. Avibhaktam means partless. So Brahma is Avibhaktam. Bhuteshu Vibhaktam ivasthitam. But then among the living beings, he appears as though he is divided in many. For all pervading God, there are no divisions. If you look at the light, when the light falls on an object, then we can recognize as many objects, as many reflections we have. But original light is only one. Original light cannot be divided. It is just one. In the similar way, Brahma is one, but the reflections of Brahma are many. Tad Jneyam, that Paramatma we have to understand. Bhuta Bhatrucha Grasishnu Prabhavishnucha. Brahma is Srishti Sthiti Laya Karanam. Prabhavaha means creation. Shnu means cause. Prabhavishnu means Srishti Karanam. He is the cause for creation. Grasishnu. Grasishnu means he is the resolver. Laya Karanam. Bhota Bhartrucha. He is the Sthiti Karanam. Bhartru means one who bears. Bharta means one who bears the family. Bhota Bhartru, he is the sustainer of the entire living beings. He is the Sthiti Karanam. In Taittiriya Upanishad, it is said that Yatova imani bhutani jayante yena jatani jivanti yet prayanti abhishambishanti. This is called Tatastha Lakshana. Nirguna Brahma Sarvagatam Ekam Akhandam Sadrupam. This way, Pancha Jnanendriyas cannot recognize Brahma, cannot perceive Brahma, then we may have doubt if there is any by the name Brahma. Therefore, Krishna Paramatma gives some clues. To understand Brahma, we have to make our mind very subtle. Shastra gives a meditation on Akasha. Akasha doesn't have Sparsa, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. It has got only one attribute called Shabda, that too in an unmanifest form. We say Matakasha, Ghatakasha, Mahadakasha, like that. Avakasa Pradatru Akasha. Sarvamityakase tat pratishtetyupasita pratishtavan bhavati tanmahayityupasita mahan bhavati. In Taittiriya only we have seen this. Among all bhutas, the most subtlest bhuta is Akasha. The subtlest element is Akasha. And subtler than the subtlest Akasha is Sushmam Brahma or Atma. Therefore, if I meditate on Akasha, my mind becomes subtler and I will be able to perceive Paramatma. Yattat pravatshami yajnatva amrutamasnuti. So by knowing this Brahma Jnanam, you can get the Amrutam. To understand Brahma, one must have the subtle mind. We'll proceed to sloka number 18. Jyotishamapi tad jyoti tamasa paramutyate jnanam jneyam jnanagamyam krudi sarvasya vishtitam. Tat jyotishamapi jyotihi. That very Parabrahma is a kind of jyoti among jyotis, a kind of light among all lights. This is called Param Jyoti, the celestial light, the ultimate light. Tamasah Param Uchyate. It can even show the darkness. Jnanam Jneyam. Paramatma is the very Jnanam, and that is to be known. Jnana Gamyam. Tattva. By using Tattva, one can attain God. Sarvasya Hrudi is very much there in the hearts of all living beings. Vishtitam is very much present in all living beings. In the very heart itself is present. Tat jyotisham api jyotihi asti. Tamasah param uchyate. Tat jnanam jneyam jnanagamyam asti. Sarvasya hrudi vishtitam asti. That Parabrahma is Jyotisham Jyoti. He is Jyoti among all Jyotis. He can light up even the darkness. He can enliven, he can make us recognize even the darkness. Ordinary light cannot show darkness. Whenever there is a light, darkness will be dispelled. But Chaitanyam can allow us to see the darkness as well as the light. Paramatma is Jnana Swarupa, and also he is to be known, and he is to be understood, and he is to be realized as one's own real Swarupa. Tad Jnanam, by Tattva Jnanam, he can be attained. And he is very much present in all living beings. In their hearts, he is very much there. In this sloka, it is mentioned Sadrupa Brahma is nothing but Chidrupa Brahma. So far now, Sadrupam or Sad Brahma, Suddha Sat, the pure Sat, is in the Nirguna form. He is in the attributeless form. He is not having any attributes. In Chidrupa, we have Atma. Chit means Chaitanya. We have seen 5 Lakshanas of Chaitanya. We have to again recall them. Like Chaitanya is not part, product and property of the body. Chaitanya pervades the entire body and enlivens the body. Chaitanya is independent of the body and it is not bounded by the body, it is beyond the body also. If the body dies, Chaitanya will continue to survive. Such continued Chaitanya or Chaitanya cannot be experienced because there is no media to reflect. So these things we should recall now. Hiranmaye pare koshe virajam brahma nishkalam tachubram jyotisham jyotihi tadyadatma vido viduhu. This is in Mundakopanishad. Na tatra suryo bhati na chandra tarakam nema vidyuto bhanti kutoyam agnihi tameva bhantam anubhati sarvam tasya bhasa sarvamidam vibhati. The second mantra, we use it whenever Deeparadhana takes place. Jyotisham Jyoti means it is the Jyoti of all Jyotis. In Kenopanishad, we have seen that this is the eye of eye, ear of ear, mind of mind, like that. In Vedanta, this word Jyoti is used in a technical manner. It is a Vedanta paribhasha. It is a technical word. Jyoti means by whose presence the other things are known. That is called Jyoti. By presence of light, we can see everything in this room. So, light is Jyoti. By presence of eye, everything is seen by us. So, eye is a Jyoti. So, we have so many bright things in the sky, like sun, moon, stars, lightning. All these things can be called Jyotis. Daytime we can see things by sunlight. During night, by moonlight, we can recognize things. During Amavasya night, during no moon night, by the presence of Agni, we can recognize things. Taking this cue, Upanishad says even Indriyas are Jyotis. Mind is also Jyoti. Because by the presence of Indriyas only, we can recognize things. If you don't use Indriyas, you cannot recognize things, you cannot see things. Even though light illuminates everything, it will not be of any use to a blind man. Therefore, eye is a kind of Jyoti. If nose is not working, then you cannot recognize smells. So, during this COVID time, for those who are affected by COVID, they lose the sensation of smell. So, if nose can recognize smell, smell is a kind of Jyoti according to Vedanta. Everything that is perceivable is a reflected light. So, nose is a kind of Jyoti, ear is a Jyoti, mind is a Jyoti. Of all these Jyotis, Indriya Jyotis, Atma is the Param Jyoti, Jyotisham Jyoti, Swayam Jyoti. In Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, we have a Brahmanam with this title, Swayam Jyoti Brahmanam. So, Jyotisham api tad Jyoti. Here Paramatma is a kind of light for all lights. In his presence alone, we can see everything. So he enlivens all the things. Param tamasah puchyate. This jyoti is very special because it can illumine even the darkness. Light can illumine anything and make us recognize. If you are able to see things in this hall, that is all because of light. If light is not there, we cannot see anything in this room. But light cannot illumine the darkness. If you switch on the light in a dark room, the darkness will be dispelled. Chinmayananda Swamiji gives us a beautiful story. Somebody went to Surya Bhagavan and they told him that on the other side of the globe, there is a beautiful lady. Her name is Nisiratri. So you go and try to marry her. In Sanskrit, Nisi is Strilingam. So naturally, Surya Bhagavan got curious and he went to the other side of the globe. He couldn't find any darkness. The moment he goes, the darkness is dispelled. That's why Surya Bhagavan is moving around the globe in search of Nisiratri, the beautiful lady. This is a kind of humorous story to express that before the light, the darkness cannot stand. The darkness will be dispelled. But the consciousness alone can make you see the darkness. Jnanam jnayam jnanagamyam kriti sarvasya vishtitam. Sad Brahma is everywhere. Sarvam Brahmamayam Jagat. Nirvikara Chaitanyam is Brahma. Savikaram appears like the world. In Vijnana Shastram, the formless energy converts into the material form. In the same way, in Vedanta, the formless Brahma is the cause for the Jagat, which is having form. So, in the Jagat, Bhagavan is very much there as Upadana Karanam. That very Brahma is Pramata, Pramanam and Prameyam. Sarvam Brahmamayam Jagat. Jnanam means it is a Pramanam by which you can understand God. Jnayam means to be known. That is Brahma is Jnayam. Jnana Gamyam, by acquiring Jnanam, whatever we are getting, that is called Gamyam. That is also Brahma. So, where to find this Brahma? Brahma is all pervading. So, we need not go to a particular place and find God. God is everywhere. But, electricity is in all electrical gadgets. But when a fan is revolving, we can recognize. In the same way, Paramatma is in the Chidrupam and Sadrupam. It can be seen in the form of consciousness, in the form of existence. Sarvasya Hrudi Vishtitam. Though it is everywhere, it can be recognized in the mind. Hrudi means mind, in the mind of the human beings. So, Vritti Abhava Sakshi. Chaitanyam is the witnessing consciousness which is always there. When thoughts are there, thoughts are not there, this witnessing consciousness is very much there. That is Paramatma. Sarvasya Hrudi Vishtitam. Here we have to remember one thing. In the beginning, Paramatma talked about Kshatrajna, then Jneyam. Both are same. Both refer to Paramatma. Jneyam Brahma. Kshatrajna is Brahma. By different viewpoints, we give different names for the same thing. For one place, we can give different names. We can say Amirpet or Hyderabad or Telangana or India, depending on the viewpoint. If you are within Hyderabad, you refer the place as Amirpet. If you are outside Hyderabad, you call Telangana. If you are outside India, you use the word India. The same place can be given different names. In the same way, Chaitanyam, when it is viewed in the form of Vyashti, it is called Kshatrajna or Jivatma. Same Chaitanyam, if it is viewed in the Vyashti form, it is Kshatrajna or Jivatma. Chaitanyam referred in Samashti level, it is Jneyam Brahma or Paramat. That way, Kshatrajna and Jneyam Brahma both are same. We'll proceed to sloka number 19. Iti kshetram tada jnanam jneyam choktam samasataha madbhaktaye tadvijnaya madbhavayopapadyate. Iti kshetram tada jnanam cha jneyam samasataha uktam madbhaktaha etad vijnaya madbhavaya upapadyate. Iti kshetram tada jnanam jneyam cha samasataha uktam etad vijnaya madbhaktaha madbhavaya upapadyate. So this way we have talked about kshetram and also jneyam in a very brief manner. Paramatma talked about kshetram, jnanam and jneyam in a very condensed manner. If a bhakta recognizes this, understand this, and know my Swarupa, he attains me. So Paramatma is again concluding this topic called Jneyam. Arjuna asked 6 different things. Kshetram, Kshetrajna, Jnanam, Jneyam, Prakriti and Purusha. Out of the 6 items, Krishna Paramatma explained 4 items. This is one kind of teaching method. When difficult things are to be explained, we have to see whether the student is understanding or not. So we divide them into various topics and we have to teach. This is called Simhavalokan. When a lion moves in the forest, when it moves a few steps forwards, it will stop for a while and look all around to know whether any enemy is hidden somewhere. This avalokanam is called Simhavalokanam. In the same way, a good teacher, after teaching certain portions, he will give a small break and then he will give the condensed form of his teaching. Iti kshetram tada jnanam jneyam cha uktam. Krishna Paramatma is concluding, O Arjuna, I told you so far, these are the things. What are the things? Kshetram, Jnanam, Jneyam. Jneyam and Kshetrajna both are same. That's why the word Kshetrajna is not repeated again. Only difference is Kshatrajna is in the individual form, Jnayam is in the samashti form. Kshatrajna is the Vyashti form, Jnayam is in the samashti form. Samasataha, I explained these items briefly. So, you can understand Mad Bhaktaha etad vijnaya. So, my Bhakta, by knowing all these things, he can attain me. He used the word Bhakta. That means a Jnani is essentially a Bhakta. Without Bhakti, you cannot entertain Jnanam. Maichan Ananya Yogena Bhaktiravya Vicharini. This is the 13th chapter, 11th sloka. So, for Guru who is teaching Vedanta, he must have Bhakti, and also Sishya must have Bhakti. Then only we can understand Jnana Yoga. So, in our culture, in our Sampradayam, Daiva Bhakti and Atma Jnanam, they are always together. Generally, people think that for spirituality, for Vedantic study, Bhakti is not essential. That's what people think. That is a wrong notion. Even to know Atma Jnanam, you should have God's photo or Bhagavan's photo, and you should pray to Bhagavan and God and then start your teaching. This is our culture. If you don't have this bhakti, it will be just an academic exercise. And this kind of philosophy is called armchair philosophy. He knows everything, but he did not assimilate. He did not imbibe it. He did not get the benefit of Vedanta. Idam te na tapaskaya na bhaktaya kadachana na cha susrushave vatyam na cha mam yobhya suyati na bhaktaya kadachana idam na vatyam. Don't teach this Bhagavad Gita to a non-bhakta, to a person who is not devoted. This is the condition imposed by Bhagavan. If you want to understand Bhagavad Tattvam, he should be essentially a bhakta. Even in Jnana Kanda, this bhakti is an essential ingredient. Etad vijnaya means for such a bhakta, he can understand the jnana. Bhakti will sharpen his mind. Second time when he hears, he will understand the things and he will try to listen carefully. Vedanta must be heard again and again. He should do Sravanam for a long time. Madbhavaya upapadyate. He will become one with me. Madbhava means Brahma Bhava, Iswara Bhava. That is, he will know my Swarupa. Madbhava means Purnatvam. Before Atma Jnanam, Sadhaka thinks that he is a limited being. And once he understood his Swarupa, he knows that he is Purna Purusha. Solitary situation will not haunt him. Whether he is among people or in a solitary place, he behaves the same way. Whether he is hale and healthy or suffering with some illness, his emotions will not change. Generally, for people, when they are hale and healthy, they while away the time with movies, friends, and going places and entertaining themselves. Once the old age comes, when they are unable to move from the bed, then they know the difficulty. They start blaming the children because children will go away to different countries. So he feels bad. Whereas if he is equipped with Vedanta, if he knows his Swarupa, these kinds will not be, this type of emotions will not bother him. He revels in his Swarupa in spite of the difficulties. Difficulties will not vanish for a Vedantin. Difficulties are the same for a Vedanti and an Ajnani. But a Vedanti understands that this is a part of the package and he tries to reconcile and try to put up with the difficulties. He will not brood for such things. So, in this particular portion, starting with 13th to 19th, we understood what is called Jnayam, a thing to be known. That is Paramatma Swarupam in Samashti. Paramatma Swarupam in Samashti is Ishvara in the Vyakta form, Ishvara or Jnayam. Paramatma Swarupam in the Vyashti form is same as Paramatma Swarupam in the Samashti form. Because the essential form is Jnanam. The essential form is Chaitanyam. The Chaitanyam is same in Vyashti and Samashti. That is how we say Vyashti and Samashti both are same. So we will learn more in the next class. We have covered 4 topics out of 6. That is Kshetram, Kshetrajna, Jnanam and Jnayam. More 2 topics are there, Prakriti and Purusha, which we will learn in the next class. Om Tat Sat Sarvam Sri Krishna Arpanamastu. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudatyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.